Reacher's LA Story is the weakest episode of Season 3, which just highlights how solid this series has been. Reacher Season 3 adapts Persuader, a novel that ranks high among fans of the books. The third season has earned a near-perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes and has been a huge streaming success for Amazon, so it appears Reacher will be around for many years to come. There are plenty of other great titles in the Lee Child Jack Reacher book series to pick from too, including 61 Hours and Tripwire. If a complaint could be leveled at the new season, it would be that it feels slightly padded. The ideal episode count for adapting Persuader would be 6 instead of 8, and Reacher's latest episode, LA Story, only proves this. Episode 7 puts the pieces in place for the upcoming finale, where Agent Duffy, Sonia Cassidy, brings the ATF into her investigation. Quinn, Brian T., is getting ready to wrap up his latest deal, and Reacher, Alan Ritchson, gets ready to blow the latter's head off. It's a serviceable episode, but it can't help but feel like filler. Reacher's LA Story is the least exciting of the third season. Episode 7 is an exercise in wheel spinning. Previous episodes of Season 3 featured extended scenes of tension or action. LA Story has none of that, and most of the episode sees characters going over their elaborate plans in motel rooms or offices. There's no big set piece or twists, with the only real source of tension being Duffy trying to prevent Reacher killing Quinn. The road trip element adds some spice, and it's nice that Neagley, Maria Sten, and Jack are finally reunited on screen, but LA Story is an exercise in pure wheel spinning. In an ideal world, the entire episode could have taken up the first 15 minutes of Reacher's finale instead. To reach the 8-episode mark, LA Story stretched the source material further than it needed to. That's not to say it's a dull offering by any stretch, and it's nice to have an episode that lets the story breathe before the main event. It sees Beck, Anthony Michael Hall, reconcile with his son Richard, Johnny Birchtold, and LA Story finally confirms Duffy's informant Teresa is alive, if not exactly well. LA Story mostly just sets the stage for Reacher's Season 3 finale. Reacher Episode 7's build-up better pay off like a slot machine in the finale. With Reacher's cover being blown in Episode 6, it was only natural for the show to switch to a lower gear. If the source material is anything to go by, Episode 8 will revolve around Reacher rampaging around the Beck mansion. This includes the eagerly awaited Reacher vs. Paulie fight. Setting all the players in place for the final episode results in LA Story, feeling like an extended teaser trailer for the next episode, though. It can't resolve any stories, and a big action scene would have felt forced, so instead, there's a lot of talking. If nothing else, Reacher and Duffy finally acted on their mutual attraction, but that's the only storyline that gets any true payoff. By the end of Reacher's LA Story, a big shootout is about to occur, and Beck's lavish birthday party has just begun. With all the setup out of the way, Episode 8 should be non-stop action from the opening moments. On that score, LA Story is quite effective in building anticipation, but it could have injected more excitement into proceedings too. Despite being Reacher Season 3's weakest episode, LA Story is still pretty good. If Reacher's 7th episode is the worst, that's not a bad bar. Reacher's latest episode might be a letdown compared to previous offerings, but it's still an enjoyable watch. It's a calm before the storm episode, getting all the exposition out of the way so the finale can take flight. The benefit of this approach is that it lets the characters hang out without the need for a fistfight to pep things up. LA Story is a more reflective outing too, which underlines the stakes going forward and what each of the main characters has to lose. Even if LA Story is the weakest of Season 3, all things considered, that's a decent bar and highlights what a fun ride the series has been. Hopefully, the Reacher Season 3 finale will be worth the extended tease, and the titular character will gain some bloody revenge on Quinn. One thing is for certain, there is plenty more punching and shooting to go before this season wraps up.